Hello and welcome, Notre Dame Fighting Irish football recruiting fans. My name is Brad Hughesby, and I'm pleased to be talking again about this 2023 class. I have 7 or 8 guys. I will talk about primarily 4 and 5 stars. This is more of the high-end guys. But starting on the defensive side of the ball, we'll go to Georgia and talk Caleb Downs. Brother is a wide receiver at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. He will be up in South Bend come this fall for the North Carolina Notre Dame game for a visit. Clemson's in this one, Georgia, Bama, a few of the SEC powers, but I think Notre Dame's right up near the top with probably those 4 or 5 schools that I mentioned. And a good visit could definitely help Notre Dame's chances here. Let's head to Miami and Gulliver Prep. Jalen Brown is a 5-star wide receiver target for the Irish. Blazing speed. I think he runs something like a 4.3 high, 4.4. Just as a 16-year-old, dude has wheels. Jalen Brown is teammates with Notre Dame wide receiver target Cedric Irvin Jr., who is looking like he might be committing coming this Wednesday. My pick is in for the Irish. We'll see what happens. But if Irvin does end up committing this Wednesday, him being teammates with priority wide receiver target Jalen Brown, that would help the Irish's chances immensely in that recruitment. So Jalen Brown definitely got to watch. Caden Proctor is next, teammates with Xavier Nwankpa, Notre Dame 2022 safety target from Southeast Polk High School in Des Moines, Iowa. Proctor is 6'8", 320, 330-pound mammoth, the top offensive tackle in the country. He is just a phenomenal player. Recently released the top 12. Notre Dame, of course, made the cut. Iowa and Ohio State, Alabama are a few others to know here, but I think Notre Dame gets this one done this fall or this winter. I really like the Irish's chances. A lot of people aren't talking about this recruitment a lot. People like to talk about the recruitments of Dante Moore, Carnell Tate Moore on offense, but this recruitment is looking like it's Notre Dame's to lose. Now, this is still a very close recruitment. Iowa loves him. He loves Iowa. Same goes with Ohio State and Bama, but Jeff Quinn is doing a phenomenal job here. Next, I'll talk about Deuce Robinson, a guy who a lot of you viewers are really, really high on from Pinnacle High School in Arizona. Deuce Robinson has offers from pretty much everywhere, but I think the SEC schools like LSU, Bama, and Georgia are in the lead alongside Arizona and Arizona State. Wants to stay close to home. Of course, he's from Phoenix, Arizona, so Arizona State's the closest school to him. So will this one end up in Notre Dame's favor? No, I think if he were to release a top 8 or 10, they would make it, but not much more than that. I'm sorry, Irish fans. This one probably doesn't go Notre Dame's way. Next, we'll touch on Jason Moore, defensive tackle from Washington, D.C., goes to DeMatha Catholic High School in the Metro. Jason Moore, this guy isn't talked about very much. Didn't go on any June unofficial visits. I think he visited just Maryland in the month of July. So really was just focusing on basketball and football. He's a two-sport guy. His brother is Justin Moore, current Villanova shooting guard. So this recruitment can go many ways. Very high on Maryland, Michigan, Notre Dame. He will be in South Bend for a visit come this fall. Not exactly sure when. But Notre Dame is definitely one to monitor here. They'll probably only take another 1 or 2 defensive linemen as they already have Keon Keeley and Brennan Vernon committed. But Jason Moore is definitely got to keep an eye on. Next, we'll talk about King Mac, St. Thomas Aquinas defensive back. Only has a few offers, visited Notre Dame this July, was honestly on commit alert a little bit. He was really, really high on Notre Dame. I think they still lead, but I don't think he has a committable offer. I can't speak to if he does or if he doesn't. I don't know for a fact, but not as talented as some of these other defensive backs like Caleb Downs, whose highlights you're watching right now, and I don't think he's a top priority, but still very, very good player. Syracuse, I think Florida have offered as well, so definitely got to watch out if Plan A targets don't pan out, but he's one to know for sure. We'll head to St. Louis and talk about Christian Gray next. Teammates with Mac Markway at DeCement High School. Mac Markway, of course, is a current Florida Gator commit. I think that sticks. Anyways, Gray, though, very talented player. Ohio State has offered as well. Missouri, Illinois, Notre Dame. Visited Notre Dame in June, loved his time. I think this one's Ohio State and Notre Dame, but with Ohio State's defensive struggles, they're going to be changing around their scheme. Maybe the defensive coordinator and some of those coaches get the boot after this year or even during the year. I think Notre Dame could pounce. I think Marcus Freeman and Mike Mickens are really, really high on him, as I am as well. Has elite speed for the position. Very good young man as well. So Christian Gray is definitely a guy to know. Malik Elzy, wide receiver from Simeon High School in Chicago. That is the school that Derrick Rose went to, if anyone's wondering, on the south side of Chicago. Not a football powerhouse at all. Probably one of the lower Illinois football teams in the state, being completely honest. But Malik Elzy is one hell of a talent. 4-star composite ranking according to 247 Sports. Malik Elzy can play slot, has some speed. Illinois, Michigan, Kansas, a few of those schools have offered, but I honestly think Notre Dame leads. I think if Notre Dame pushes, they'll land him. He really wants to stay close to home so his parents can watch him play ball, and Notre Dame's closer than any other school that has offered him. So that's something to keep in mind. Definitely watch out for Malik Elzy. Next guy we'll talk about, and final guy I'll touch on, is Samuel Mpemba from IMG High School athlete. According to 247 Sports, can play defensive end, maybe even linebacker, defensive tackle, tight end. He even played. I had the pleasure of interviewing Samuel Mpemba this past February, maybe it was January. Great young man. Transferred to IMG shortly after I interviewed him. Has been doing big things down there in Bradenton, Florida. But Mpemba, wow, this dude has a ton of offers. Pretty much can go wherever he wants. I think this one, Bama, is leading right now. He was in the swamp today for the Bama-Florida game. Florida's up there. Notre Dame is definitely sticking around, though. Loves Mike Elston. Really has a good relationship with him. And I could see if Notre Dame gets him on campus for a visit this fall, I could see them making a move. We'll see if that happens. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the support. Make sure you like and comment if you enjoyed what you were listening to. And that's it. Peace.